Soul Train moved people to dance in their living rooms for decades. The show's impact is still being celebrated today. Anthony Mason shows us a new book exploring the first black-owned TV program to reach a national audience. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning, Gail. When Soul Train's creator, Don Cornelius, died 2 years ago, he left behind a legacy that goes well beyond the music. His show broke barriers and helped bring together a country still sore from the struggle for civil rights. It may look retro now, but in its heyday, Soul Train was revolutionary.
To have a half hour where the host is black, the musicians are black, the dancers are black, the commercials are black. There's never been a 30-minute block of that much soul on American TV, ever.
Nelson George documents the rise of the seminal show in the new book, The Hippest Trip in America, Soul Train and the Evolution of Culture and Style. What was the impact for black audiences first?
To see black people on TV was a rare occurrence. You either saw them on the news, marching or protesting. And this show says, no, there's fun, there's joy, and you can be part of this fun experience.
And you can bet your last money it's all going to be a stone gas, honey.
What did Don Cornelius' personality bring to the show?
Well, he brought a command and a cool. Guys aren't cool anymore like Don Cornelius. They just aren't.
Some of the more established black artists were kind of cautious about Soul Train.
There was a lot of skepticism with this last, is this a legitimate enterprise? There had never been anything like this that was black-owned.
Before long, Soul Train was where the aristocracy of black entertainment came to play.
One of the most memorable episodes of Soul Train has nothing to do with music, actually. It's Don Cornelius playing basketball against Marvin Gaye, refereed by Smokey Robinson.
The first black-owned program on national television also created opportunities for black-owned businesses.
Today's beautiful queen uses Afro sheen.
When you watch those early clips of Soul Train, you will never see anybody with a hat on their head. And the reason why is because it's Johnson products.
We don't need... Dancer Tyrone Proctor caught a cross-country flight to California after first seeing the show.
I left Philadelphia September the 22nd, 1972 at 10:22 p.m. Pacific time on a Tuesday.
Just because you wanted to be on Soul Train?
I wanted to go and be where those dancers were.
Regular dancers like Proctor and Demita Jo Freeman showed they could hold their own alongside some of soul's biggest stars.
I got the soul, yeah. This is the first time that black kids off the streets who have dreams never ever thought that they would be a part of show business.
Freeman's moves eventually caught the attention of Dick Clark, who recruited her for his American Bandstand and ultimately offered her a job.
He knew where the energy was going at that moment in pop culture, and he was trying to take it.
In 1973, Clark created a rival show, Soul Unlimited, but a proposed boycott from black business leaders forced ABC to cancel it before it could complete a full season.
In the context of 1972-73 America, a black boycott in a very politicized era was a real threat.
Soul Train remains the longest-running syndicated program in television history.
How about it one more time?
Cornelius leading it through an ever-changing landscape of style and sound. He didn't get rap, did he? Didn't like it.
He didn't really. I mean, he was a soul guy.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to old guys like me. I mean, I don't understand why they love it so much.
One of the things when you see Soul Train begin to lose some of its power is that era.
The show lasted for more than a decade after Don Cornelius retired as host in 1993. But for Nelson George, Soul Train will always belong to that 1970s era it helped define.
I think the thing about Soul Train is you think about the 70s, you think about Travolta's suit, you think about Soul Train, Nixon. I mean, there's certain touchstones for that era, and Soul Train's one of them.
you love. Peace. And so.
Nobody could dress like Don Cornelius. You know, it's interesting that when Don Cornelius, who was a Chicago DJ, created this show, he took it to ABC, NBC, CBS. They all said no thanks.
Really?
And he had to launch it on his own.
Syndication made it happen.
Charlie, you know how to say the Soul Train. Soul Train. There you go.
Thank you, Anthony. You're watching CBS.